If you're thinking about moving to Porter Ranch and you've been searching for a Porter Ranch home for sale with RV access, a park-like backyard, and award-winning schools, this is the Porter Ranch home tour you do not want to miss. Because today I'm walking you through a beautifully maintained 1,590 square foot, 3-bedroom home in Porter Ranch that checks the boxes so many buyers are looking for right now. Single level living, functional floor plan, and real outdoor space you can actually use, and that rare bonus, true RV access for your toys, trailer, or weekend adventure gear. And let's talk location. If you're moving to Porter Ranch for the lifestyle, this home sits in one of the most desirable neighborhoods, close to the 118 freeway for commuters, minutes to the Vineyard Shopping Center for dining and shopping, and surrounded by some of the area's award-winning Porter Ranch schools that make this community sought after. So if you've been searching for a Porter Ranch home for sale with a large yard, RV access, and top-rated schools, stay with me. I'm going to show you why this might be one of the best opportunities right now in Porter Ranch. Let's go take a look. Scott Himmelstein with the Scott Himmelstein Group. So on today's Porter Ranch home tour, I'm going to be going through the home right behind me. That home's 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1,590 square feet of living space on an 11,099 square foot lot built in 1957. Now, I could make the argument, and pretty easily, that these homes here built in the 50s, I know people like really newly constructed homes, but they're actually might be better constructed than the newer construction stuff that's available right now on the market. So we're going to talk a little bit about that in this video. Stay tuned to the end. I'm going to walk you through why Porter Ranch is such a popular community right now and why so many people are moving to Porter Ranch. So stay tuned for that towards the end of this video. So let's turn around, start with the exterior, and let's get the home tour started. This is the kind of curb appeal that never goes out of style. Classic single-story ranch design, set back on a quiet residential street with a wide front lawn, mature landscaping, and of course a stately shade tree that instantly anchors the property. You have your pavers on your driveway that leads to a 2-car garage, while the clean roof lines and neutral exterior tones give it that timeless Southern California feel. There's a welcoming covered entry, plenty of space between neighbors, and that easy flat lot layout buyers are always searching for. So we're now inside this home. We've made it past the double door entry. Again, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1,590 square feet of living space. You have this original gleaming wood flooring that greets you once you enter upon the interior of this home. You have your parquet flooring down below in your step-down living room. So you in this entryway right here, you have this nice little sitting area. You can use it for a variety of different uses. But back to the step down living room, you have your recessed lighting above, and of course you have a gas fireplace with the stone facing on the exterior of the fireplace. So most people are probably going to put their big screen TV right here where that picture is situated right now. But again, there's always different ways to be able to configure it to your liking. So this is going to be the main space where you're going to congregate with family, friends, and guests as they enter into the home. So you have this large, great space as we turn around, and you're going to see your formal dining area. You have access to the backyard from your living room, as well as to your right to the aforementioned dining room. Now take a look at the light fixture there. I really like it. I think it kind of goes with the charm and the vibe of this home, a home that was built in the 1950s. So if you're familiar with the original floor plan, and this is probably one of the most popular floor plans in this neighborhood, this was all closed off pretty much. So they are able to open it up a little bit, and then now you're able to have that space where you're able to see from the kitchen into the formal dining area. And you could easily put a larger table in your formal dining space. You could definitely do that if you were required to. We're gonna walk into the kitchen right now. So in this kitchen, you're gonna have your Corian counters your 4-burner gas cooktop, and you have your window right here. And the reason why I bring it up because you look right into all the greenery in the backyard, and I cannot wait to showcase the backyard to you later in this video. So you have your dual sink basin, your stainless steel dishwasher, and take a look at the light fixture right above the sink. So gives that extra light right here when you're standing, whether it be washing dishes or prepping here in this space. Now, as we turn around, you have all this cabinet space over here. These are Corian counters. You have your stainless steel Frigidaire, built-in oven. You have your pantry to the right of that. Now, you are going to have a room right off your kitchen. You can actually enter into the home from this room. You're going to have your stackable washer and dryer hookups in this room. You have storage. They even left a cabinet for you and a window looking into the front yard. So leaving the laundry room, so now you can see the full extent of the kitchen. Scott Himmelstein with the Scott Himmelstein Group, your trusted Los Angeles real estate agent, and I've been doing this now for over 21 years. So one of the things that I'm seeing right now when it comes to our open houses or buyers out there in the marketplace, a lot of buyers are confused. There's a lot of conflicting data right now that they hear in the media and then what actually takes place when they're actually going to look at homes. So depending on the price point, it's conceivable that you can see offers. We've seen homes recently where one had 14 offers, another one had 18 offers. Now, is that standard? Probably not, but it also depends on the neighborhood and the price point that you're looking at. So if you're a buyer, and a lot of times it's really hard to get a gauge of what's taking place in the Los Angeles real estate market right now. And one of my favorite questions to ask is, has anybody sat you down to kind of walk you through what it takes to get your offer accepted in today's market? And most of the buyers, even if they have an agent, nobody's really explained to them. And I think that really goes twofold because it makes your life a lot easier when it comes to actually being in negotiations and the escrow process. And you know what, the seller, it's gonna be a lot easier for them too, because once you have that information, now it's gonna be a smoother process for you as the buyer of what to expect, whether it be the cost of what you're gonna have to put out during escrow, for example, interest rate, the escrow process, what's going to be required of you. So I think like anything else, as opposed to you as the consumer asking your agent what happens next, that's a question that we do not want to hear from our clients. And that's why we're fortunate enough to have over 260 5-star reviews between Zillow and Google. So if you want more information on what it takes to buy a home here in Southern California, definitely reach out. And maybe you're not ready right now, but you just have some general questions about what it takes to buy a home in Los Angeles, feel free to reach out. I love being able to answer questions from so many people on our channel like yourself. So now we're going to go into the living space portion of this home. Remember, this home is 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. Entering the hallway, the first room is going to be to your right. So you're going to have that parquet flooring. These are actually pretty good sized bedrooms. You have the ceiling fan on top with the light fixture. And so in my opinion, I think, for a home that was built during this era, this is a really good size secondary bedroom. Now let's talk about schools for a moment. So this home is zoned for Darby Elementary School. The middle school is going to be Patrick Henry, and the high school is going to be the award-winning Granada Hills Charter High School. Now Darby, when I started in real estate almost 20 years ago, was rated a 5 out of 10. Usually now it falls into that 8 or 9, and everybody that we know that goes to Darby Elementary only raves about that elementary school, that TK through 5th grade. In your hallway bathroom that's going to service the 2 secondary bedrooms, you're going to have tile flooring, but the shower enclosure, you have a shower in tub, that is actually going to be travertine. So you have this travertine enclosure as well as the tile going up from the shower enclosure all the way to the ceiling. So a nice contrast. And this is where really having, as opposed to maybe a white wall, which would work, but having that beige color wall to contrast the tile flooring on the bottom right here, as well as the travertine in the shower enclosure. Leaving the hallway bathroom, we are going to make our way over to the primary suite. So this primary bedroom faces the front of the home. You have the large window looking to the outside. And then you have enough room here if you really wanted a sitting area. This is one of the reasons why we like to be able to stage our home, to kind of give buyers an idea of the different options and possibilities a home like this might have. Over to your right, you're gonna have your mirrored closets that take you into this bathroom. So you have your modern sink basin, you're gonna have your granite countertop on the vanity, and notice how you have a couple things going on here. So you have that natural wood look on the exterior of the cabinetry, right? And it's a darker color, but see underneath the mirror, they have a lighter brown on the stone above the sink basin going across from east to west. You have a newer mirror and you have the modern lighting on top. Now, as we turn around, you're gonna have the shower enclosure. You got the sitting bench inside, and it's the same tile that goes from the bottom of the shower enclosure all the way to the top. Are you ready for this? Because this backyard, this is the kind of space that people move to Southern California for. And as you step outside, you are immediately greeted by this peaceful garden-style pathway. And notice the decomposed granite walking trail, the curved metal edging, the mature landscaping, and the layers of greenery that create a private, almost secret garden feel. It's not just a yard, if you ask me, it's really more of an experience. And you follow this path and you'll see the circular brick patio tucked into the trees, and that's your morning coffee spot. That's your wine at sunset space, and it's completely surrounded by mature hedges and towering trees that give you privacy and shade, and it feels like your own little retreat. And then it opens up to this pool spa area. And I love the shape here. It's not cookie cutter, it has character. The brick trim detail adds warmth, and the elevated spa flowing into the pool creates that resort style vibe. You've got plenty of patio space for lounge chairs, entertaining or hosting summer get-togethers. And look at the backdrop. Bougainvillea cascading over the retaining wall, tall privacy trees lining the perimeter, and zero feeling of neighbors looking down at you. It's lush, it's quite mature, and really established. And it's something you just can't replicate in new construction without waiting years. And then this covered deck. This is where the magic happens. The wood decking, the tongue and groove wood ceiling, the recessed lighting and ceiling fans so you can enjoy this space year round. And whether you're hosting a birthday party, watching the game outside, or just relaxing after a long day, this is true indoor-outdoor California living. The backyard isn't just functional, it's layered, private and thoughtfully designed, multiple seating areas, mature landscaping, pool and spa, covered entertaining space, and it gives you so much flexibility and character, not just a patch of grass. So if you've been thinking about finding a home with a backyard that actually feels special, this is it. Now let's talk about something that could be a huge value add here, because this is exactly what a lot of buyers are looking for in today's market. You've got this fully detached two-car garage sitting at the front portion of the lot, which is ideal if you're thinking about converting it into an ADU. Now, whether that's for rental income, multi-generational living, a private office, or even a future resale strategy. Now, detached garages are much easier to convert than attached ones because you're not disrupting the main house footprint. You've got separation already, privacy, and it has its own access point, which is key for long-term flexibility. So imagine living in the main home and generating additional income or creating a private space for the family. It really isn't just a garage, it's about the opportunity it provides for you. And that kind of flexibility, that's what smart real estate is all about. Porter Ranch has so much to offer, whether it be all the parks that you have access to, the famous E.T. Park, Holly Burnson Park, and then of course there's the Porter Ranch Community Park, which is the newest of those parks, and that's a 50-acre park. It has a playground, an outdoor amphitheater, has basketball courts, pickleball courts, and of course my personal favorite, the ping pong court outdoors. That's for starters. Then you have your hiking trails. My favorite is the Palisades Trail, and you You have these beautiful bluffs that you're hiking along and some incredible views of the entire San Fernando Valley and beyond. Then you have the Port Aransas Farmers Market, open every Sunday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Great to pick up different food items, produce, fruits, vegetables for the week. And across the street from that is the Vineyard Shopping Center. Fine dining includes the Lure Fish House, La Popular, Gus's Barbecue, Finney's Craft House, and a Whole Foods that has its own bar inside of it. Scott Himmelstein with the Scott Himmelstein Group. So what do you think of this home? 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1,590 square feet of living space on an over 11,000 square foot lot. So again, I think this home has a lot to offer. I think this is a home you could just move right in, has that homey feel to it. Now, if you're looking to sell a home, there's so many things that I think that you need to know about when choosing an agent here in 2026. And one of the things that we like to do for all of our sellers is complimentary staging. So this way, buyers are able to imagine themselves what their lives would be like, what their family would be like living in your home. And so instead of having either a really sterile environment, here by staging, you're actually able to help buyers really have that homey vibe that they're looking for, that emotional feeling that really at the end of the day helps the buyer decide if this is the perfect home for them so they can envision their life, their family at Thanksgiving dinner at your home. So we stage the whole house. It's something that we do. We have our interior designer come out. Now, if you're living in the home, maybe you need to get rid of some pieces before moving to where you're going to be able to do that. We can help do that also, or moving pieces of furniture around and working with the furniture that you currently already have in your space. And again, our job is to be able to make sure that when people look at the home online for our digital photos and photography, right, and video, basically the buyer is going to be so excited and emotionally excited for your home. They're like, man, let's get in the car, let's get the babysitter for the kids. I want to go see this home. That's what we want to have for our sellers. So if you want more information about that or our Concierge Plus program, where you can do work to your home, remodel it, make repairs, anything from paint, flooring to electrical panels and everything in between, you can do that with no upfront cost. Everything gets billed at the close of escrow. There's no upcharge, there's no interest. It's whatever you negotiate with our contractor gets billed at the close of escrow. And we usually typically see a 2 to 5 time return on investment. So if you wanted more information about those programs, reach out to us. I'm Scott Himmelstein with the Scott Himmelstein Group, and thank you so much for watching this home tour.